Welcome back everyone. In this video, we're going to be smoking a brisket fat side down. All right, now we're going to be using the Oklahoma Joe's Bronco Pro. I've seasoned it, so this is the first time actually smoking something in it. As you can see, our brisket is a perfect fit. And if we were to use our standard Bronco, we would have to trim quite a bit off to get this to fit. As you can see, we're overhanging by quite a lot. So it's still the same setup as the standard Bronco. Everything's just a bit bigger. Start by taking our cooking grate and heat deflector out. Then we'll fill up our charcoal basket. You can either use lump charcoal or briquettes. Now there's no need to fill that right up. The charcoal basket is twice as deep as the standard Bronco. On a full charcoal basket, you can get 20 plus hours burn time. But now we'll bury a couple of firelighters in there and light them up. And now we've got about 10 to 15 minutes before those briquettes are going to be ready. So we'll use that time to trim and season this brisket. All right, so before we open this brisket up, I just want to point out how nice the shape of this brisket is. This is exactly what you want to look for. As you can see, we've got the flat and the point. This one's got a nice thick flat. That's what I like to look for. Your point end's always going to be a bit thicker, but the closer in thickness these two ends are, the more even it's going to cook. So definitely keep that in mind when you're selecting a brisket. But for now, we're going to take this one out of the vac seal. And we're going to get started on trimming up this underside. So we just want to take off any excess fat and silver skin. And then right here where the point and the flat meet, there's always a big pocket of fat in there. We just want to scoop some of that fat out. We'll trim it down the best we can, and then we'll square off that thin edge. And then we can square up any other thin edges. And you just want to keep in mind, whatever way you're smoking your brisket, the side that's facing up, you want to trim it in a way where any juices are going to run off. So I'm happy with this side of the brisket. Now we'll turn it over. I do want to leave a nice coverage of fat on, but I do want to trim that fat down to around 2 to 3 mil thick. All right, now I'm super happy with how this brisket's looking, and if you're still a bit unsure as to how much fat to leave on, I'll always say that you're better off leaving more fat on than trimming too much off. So now our brisket's trimmed, let's season it up. All right, so we're gonna be using a combination of my steak shooter and beef bounce, but if you've got another favorite rub for brisket, feel free to use that. But first, we're gonna give our brisket a nice coat in some yellow mustard, which is just gonna help our rubs stick to the meat. Then we'll start off with a base coat of steak shooter, then we'll go beef bounce on top, then we'll flip it over and do the same on the other side. All right, now we're all trimmed and seasoned. Let's have a look at this drum. All right, so our briquettes have caught light nicely. So what we can do, we'll shut our lid, then we'll open up both of our vents. And now we want to give our drum around 5 to 10 minutes to come up to just below our target temperature, which for this cook is going to be around the 275 Fahrenheit or 135 Celsius range. All right, so we are at temperature. I've got some beautiful cherry chunks from Natural Smoke ready. So we'll open this lid. We'll get a chunk straight on where the fire is burning and another one a little bit off. And we'll get our heat deflector back in and our cooking grate and our beautiful brisket. And we'll shut our lid and let this start smoking away. All right, so now our brisket's on and it's fat side down. The theory behind that is because we're using a drum smoker, the heat source is coming from directly underneath that brisket. Having that fat side down is really going to help protect that brisket. Personally, I haven't had any issues doing a brisket with the fat side up in a drum smoker, but if we can produce a better quality brisket, smoking it fat side down, I'm all for it. So we'll see if it makes much of a difference a bit later on. And in regards to fire management, these drums are super simple. Because we've had our lid open while we've got our brisket on, our temperature's obviously dropped. So both vents are going to stay wide open until we get back up to that temperature we spoke about before. Once we're back just below that temperature, I'm going to start shutting down our intake vent. The top vent's going to stay open for the whole cook, and we're just going to control our temperatures using that intake vent. So if I need to increase my temperature, I'm going to open it up. If I need to decrease it, I'm going to shut it down a little bit. So we'll let this brisket smoke away now. We really don't have to worry about much else apart from making sure our temperatures are stable for the first 60 to 90 minutes. So we'll come back once we're a bit further into this cook. All right, so we're about an hour and a half in. The top of this brisket is starting to look a touch dry, so we're just going to spritz it with some water. And now we'll shut our lid. Spritzing is going to help keep that meat nice and moist. We're going to do that every 45 minutes or so until we're ready to wrap, which will still be another few hours away. I'm going to be looking for some nice color, our bark to have set, And I want to be at an internal temperature of around 180 Fahrenheit or 75-ish degrees Celsius before we wrap. So we'll let this brisket go, we'll keep spritzing every 45 minutes, and we'll come back once we're ready to wrap. All right, we are a bit over 5 hours in, and this brisket is looking good. We are pretty much at that internal temperature we want to be at. Our bark's starting to look good. It's not completely set all over, still quite a bit of moisture on top. So what we're going to do to continue to let that bark form is boat our brisket. So I'm going to take our brisket out, we'll get it onto some foil, and now we just want to fold this foil up around the brisket, leaving the top exposed. All right, now we'll get it back in. And then we'll shut our lid and let it keep going. All right, so before we talk about the next step, I get questions all the time about the gloves I wear under my plastic ones. These are just cheap gardening gloves from Bunnings. They stop my hands getting burnt when I'm picking up meat like that. I like to wear these as they don't restrict your hands as much as the high heat gloves, but they're still heat resistant enough to keep your hands from burning for a few seconds. Right, so now our brisket is back in the smoker, set up in that foil boat. Our bark is going to continue to form as that top is still exposed, and now we've got the foil underneath. We're not going to get any rendering fat dripping down onto that heat deflector. The challenge now is getting both ends of that brisket to cook evenly. So if after an hour or so you find that your point end is way behind your flat, don't hesitate to wrap the point end of your brisket, and that'll speed that end up. So that's going to be our focus for the rest of this cook, and we're going to come back now once we're ready to check for probe tenderness, which we're going to start doing at around the 203 Fahrenheit internal mark or 96-ish degrees Celsius. All right, so after 10.5 hours, our brisket has hit temperature, so let's have a probe around. All right, so that is feeling super soft there. As you can see, we're at 204. It's feeling nice and soft all around here. We're a little bit higher, more around 206, 207 here. I'm actually quite happy with this. So I'm going to chuck some gloves on and we can get this out. All right, so I am carefully going to lift this brisket up and put it in this tray. We'll shut our lid. We'll shut our vents down so we can save any unburnt fuel for the next cook. And now we're going to let our brisket steam off for a few minutes to stop that cooking process, and then we'll rest it. Now there's lots of different options when it comes to resting. You can rest your brisket in an esky. If you want to get 4 hours plus out of it in your esky, wrap it back up in foil once it's steamed off. Put some old towels on top of it when you put it in your esky, and it'll stay hot for hours. You can even set your oven to around 70 degrees and let it rest in there, but today I'm just going to let it rest in my Cambro. So I'm going to let this brisket steam off, let it rest, and then we'll come back to slice and serve it. All right, so we are ready to slice this. Got our point end and our flat. I can see the grain is running this way, and you always want to slice against the grain. So we'll start on the flat end and slice our way up to the point. As you can see, there's plenty of moisture in that flat. I reckon we'll get about 3 or 4 more slices out of this section, and then we'll turn it around. So now I'm just going to rotate it, and we're going to get our point slices off. And that's where you get those epic point slices from. And once you start running out of point muscle, we can turn it back around. Slice the rest of that point muscle off, which is mainly just that fat now. And we can continue slicing the way we were slicing the flat before. Now that's a sign of a good brisket. Fantastic bark, pulls apart with ease. Let's have a taste. Like that is just a great brisket, epic bark. That fat has like caramelized on the bottom and is just beautiful. It's just a good all-round brisket. Did smoking that brisket fat side down make much of a difference? To be honest, not really. Maybe I need to do one side by side to see a real comparison, but it still produced an amazing brisket, and that's all that matters. So that's the end of the video. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments below. A big thanks to everyone who supported me by watching my videos, liking them, sharing them, subscribing to my channel, and a special shout out to all my YouTube members. I appreciate you all, but for now, that's the end of the video, so we'll see you next time.